Previously on OATHSWORN.
An old shrine, mostly collapsed, that Sarpot locals say dates back to the old empire. Never have been seen digging in the area. If they're searching for something, then it might be something worth the Legion's time as well.
You see something that marks this as a place that was sacred to the god of craft.
Everyone, we're sneaking in the dead of night into that pit.
It's like a chaff grenade for ferals.
Last time we
Just
used
a bunch of spices in a pouch.
It has worked in the past.
There are a lot of them. Most of the ones that seem to be sort of chewed up near the pit.
Chewed up? Sorry, what?
Well, let's if we come up to a third party that is violent some way, you know Lance is gonna talk to it first.
Everyone's just like going down this rope and is just like shoo shoo shoo, like so fast, so cool. And Rahel's just like yes, and then just goes and like too fast, bam, just like lands too hard.
Take the level 2 harm. Collision. You could resist this.
I can't resist that. Is that worth resisting? Because a level 2 harm would be...
It's your first level 2.
I would need another one before the...
I don't think it's worth resisting.
Right? Well...
Okay.
Sure, but a level 2 harm also is going to take like a long time to heal.
This is true, and this is a rookie who's already likely to die very easily.
This is probably another prowess resist for what it's worth.
Yeah. I mean, she does have 3 dice in prowess. But that would get it down to like what, level 1 plus some stress. It's also very early is my fear, and I'm just like, I feel like worse things are going to come that I'm going to need that stress for later.
Sure.
So
my philosophy,
I might just roll with it.
My philosophy about clocks is the same about harm.
Jeez, yeah. What was that harm again, Brendan?
Level 2 collision, or I guess maybe it should be a better adjective.
Like sprained or something?
Oh, what's the worst version of sprained, but not broken?
Twisted.
Twisted is good. Level 2 harm. Twisted.
Wasn't there a new metal band called Twisted?
Sure.
Almost certainly.
That sounds accurate.
So, the pit in the center of town leads into these tunnels. This is clearly, this is a built system of tunnels. People used this space 100, 200 years ago. But it has fallen not merely into disrepair, but also there has been deliberate damage to the area. There are more dead than ever here, and there is more recent devastation. Someone has deliberately dug into the ceiling and into the stoneworks in order to bring down the ceiling.
Mm. Yeah, is the temple up on the surface that way? Well, I mean, I guess we're not there yet, but
this area is also collapsed in, but this collapsed in is much older. Mm. This looks more like it has happened simply over the course of time.
Gotcha.
Whereas this area up on the north end looks like someone just did this like a day ago or something like that.
I see.
What do you do?
Are there any never in the immediate area?
Not that are alive and kicking.
Okay.
Or alive, you know what I mean.
I have a question before we do anything.
Sure.
Is it like really dark down here?
It is. It's extremely dark.
Despite that, can Aoife see anything with her alchemical construct eye or her like
Special eye.
chosen petrified eye?
Good question.
Because it says I can see invisible targets clearly and identify supernatural forces.
Yeah, there are no invisible targets. I think so. If you look on the map, there's sort of like a green glow off to the left, and there's also a spring to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those are faintly supernatural.
Hmm.
I think you can just see, like, based on the map here, I think you can just see this is sort of a natural forge that seems to be happening. It is still burning. It is not roaring, but it is still smoldering. It is still emitting heat and light. Yeah. Yeah, it's like
Is it a green flame?
It is a green flame, yeah.
Oh, so it's like that coal mine that was ignited 20 years ago and is still...
Centralia. Good.
It's probably like that, but it seems like there's the outline of what was once forge equipment, like stone benches and such around it. So it is something that was used as a forge flame.
Cool. And it's supernatural in origin?
Yes.
Mm. What was the other thing you said I saw?
There's a spring over here. The spring that I think Gavin had alluded to earlier.
And the spring has magic vibes too.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's he, Matthew?
I have a quick question.
Go ahead, Matthew.
We got sent here because we think there's a thing for us.
Yes.
I think there's something.
Do we have any detail whatsoever on that thing?
Good question. Let's look really briefly back at the brief as written, which says, never have been digging in the area. If they're searching for something, then it might be something worth the Legion's time as well. So as written, not explicitly. Right. However, I think it's perfectly valid to have a flashback in order to learn a little bit more about it.
Somebody with research want to do that?
I think Rahel has research. She does.
I also have research.
Probably more. Also, why would somebody tell Rahel a thing and not Lance?
Well, we know there were like 2 rookies right before we had the scene between the commander and Marshal. Maybe Rahel was one of them.
Oh.
Yeah. What sort of stress would cost for this flashback?
I think this is one simply because of the scarcity of information.
Okay.
Do you want me to take that stress because you're already
yeah, and I'll help you.
Okay. Yeah. What's the position and effect there?
I think I'm going to treat this as a gather information roll.
Okie doke. So just 2 dice. 4. 4.
2 4s. Okay, so you get okay information. Which I think is enough to know, even before learning that this is a site sacred to the god of craft, that this is a tomb of a chosen.
Oh.
Ooh. A chosen from a long, long time ago. But the understanding, I think, is if a chosen was buried here, then it may have something that perhaps allows it not only to be linked to the chosen that came before it and the chosen that came after, but chosen of other gods as well. Something that would be useful in the hands of a living chosen now, and dangerous in the hands of a broken.
So like a weapon?
No. I think explicitly not a weapon. I think the term that you see used to describe it is almost an instrument.
Ooh.
Like a musical instrument or like a tool instrument?
I think that part is not
Probably
clear.
unclear, yeah.
Damn. Okay. Well, it was a 4.
Mhm. I also like that question being in character. Yeah, Rahel just like, there was something about an instrument? What kind? Ugh.
I think you can ask well, I guess I just said, I think you can get one more follow-up question that isn't like a musical or a tool. Any other follow-up question?
Bigger or smaller than a bread box?
Good question.
No, don't. I'm not the one asking.
Oh boy. I mean, I'm curious about what else is down here. Because something is just wrecking some never down here. It might be other never, but yeah, I would like to know about, like, is there any information about, like, what else might be down here? Like, in terms of...
Like what might be guarding the instrument?
Yeah, yes, that.
I don't know that it's a recent tradition. Maybe it is for some. But you come across records, I think maybe looking for information about other chosen tombs.
Mm-hmm.
And there, particularly in the time of the Empire, was a tradition of the faithful of the chosen being buried alongside the chosen at the time of their entombment, perhaps even prematurely, to help stand guard, to ensure that no one disturbed them.
Lance is Chimorti, right?
Yep.
Is he just Chimorti, like, ethnically, if that even makes sense in this setting? Or is he, like, was he culturally Chimorti?
Well, he's got Chimera, so I think he was born and raised Chimorti.
Okay, then he should probably know about, like, funeral stuff for Chosen.
Sure.
He's got, like, the, remember, peach plant features? Blonde and pink hair and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I remember. He's got anime hair.
Anime hair.
How could
There
I
it is.
forget
We said the word anime.
Well, if I were going to bury a chosen, I would do it not in the stuff that would taint the crafter god area. That seems gauche. So maybe if we could find a way around this recent collapse, maybe go that left hallway.
So as you've spent a little bit of time down here getting your bearings, I think the fumes from this green flame forge are starting to get to everyone. Eyes are watering, throats are drying out. The air burns. What do you do?
Could I channels for some gas masks?
Absolutely. Tell me how channels works.
Spend channels to acquire an asset for your squad in a flashback, like you would in a normal Blaze in the Dark game for every character, only the officer can do it. Roll sway to determine quality. You can spend additional uses to improve quality as per supply rules. Such assets are temporary or on loan and will go away when the mission ends.
Cool.
So yeah, give everyone gas mask / eye protection.
Yeah. Mask up.
Rao goes, thanks, boss.
Just snaps.
I think you could just mark that and that works.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so you're heading up this, past the forge, up towards the left?
Yeah.
Okay. So up in this area where I'm marking, this begins to, like, give way. A lot of this is, like, tables and floor and stuff like that, but the walls are still rough-hewn. It's all still very, like, cave-like perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
But up past this space, it becomes to be much more like built walls, clear perpendicular hallways. But it's a tighter fit. It's probably like single file down that path.
And the way up?
Yeah. the light that was ambient here from the opening of the pit and from the forge fades out, so it's very difficult to see what is up here.
Okay. Aoife, what do your special eyes see down that hallway?
I think this whole time she's had a pistol in her hand, head on a swivel, looking down every corner.
Yeah. Do you want to give me a scout?
I guess. I'm always scared to roll things based off of just short narrations.
I mean, you don't have to roll anything. You could ask me questions. You could tell the boss no. You could go home and leave.
Well, do I get anything for free because of my eye, or do I need to actively...
Yeah, that would automatically bump up your... I think this is risky standard. I think it would be risky great with your special eye.
Okay. Because I only have one die in Scout.
You want to help?
I would love a help. How's Rahel helping?
Maybe Rahel could go with, and since Aoife is focusing on looking out at things, Rahel is there just to test the ground first. Is more just being is it safe to stand here? Yes. Okay, you can stand there and then look around now.
That's so sad that the rookie is testing the safety for the specialist.
Well, she's got 2 in Scout, so it's if anything's got some loose rocks or something, can just hop back.
6.
Hey!
There we go.
Finally.
There we go.
We love to see it.
About time.
Terrific.
Yeah, so she's looking for danger and cool shit.
Yeah, there are absolutely non-magical but very fine constructed pressure-sensitive plates in the hallway this way.
Oh, good catch.
They are connected to flamethrowers.
Huh.
Right. I guess flamethrowers probably isn't quite their word, but that is the effect, right? They're flame spouts.
It opens up a vent in the wall where the fire just already is. And it just releases it.
I'm pretty sure the ancient Roman flamethrowers were called flamethrowers.
Sick.
Probably. This is the secret
I think they
closet.
were called Flamus Throwas.
Yeah, that's almost certainly
okay.
it. Hang on, I'm looking at my English to Latin dictionary, and that's what it is.
Flamvis Throvis.
No, it's with a W, right? If it's original Latin.
Flamwolf?
But
Is there
yeah,
a taking contempt mechanic in this game?
yes, you just do that. But with a 6, yeah, you 100% are able to spot the outline, guide people past them, show where they should step, where they should not step.
Cool.
But then on the other side of this, there is another collapsed area. This is very clearly an archway. This first hallway was just more rough hewn stone. This looks much more like the temple structure that you had seen above, where it's more deliberately carved. I think you see that the insignia of the slack pool that we had seen before.
Just from general spatial awareness, would we be able to sort of infer that where the direction that we're headed is towards the subterranean part of the temple, maybe below the temple where we know the
temple's the other direction.
Yeah. I think you can tell that is probably where you're heading.
And I don't see any movement or anything like that. There's no figures down here.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There's no never down here. All the never seems to be on the other side of this collapsed space.
Okay.
How's the air quality situation?
Pretty musty.
But not we're going to need our gas masks for this moment?
No, this is far enough away from the furnace.
Okay. All right, team. I think it's time we make camp for today.
Interesting.
In here?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
Lance, are you used to having Aoife ask why for one of your decisions?
no, probably not. Look,
I mean, this is the first mission they've been on together.
On screen.
yeah, no, we're specialists. We've probably been on lots of missions together,
Okay.
except Nabane, who is just joined.
Recent to the signing.
Look, there are no never on this side. It's safe enough for us to take our gas masks off, and I'm hungry.
So you mean like a break, not like a we sleep here.
No, this is me trying to set up for Rahel's home cooking ability.
Yeah, I think Lance is just like, and I'm hungry, and there's like a beat, and then Rahel's like, oh, right, and then starts setting that up. Like, it's just like, oh, that's me, that's my cue.
What does the home cooking ability do again?
It says if a mission takes multiple days, use your fresh food, which I do have equipped. Say what you cook. Everyone in the squad that partakes clears one stress.
Cool.
I probably don't explain this to Aoife, but this is also giving time down here for the guardians of the corpse of the chosen to show up, I guess.
Do we have some sort of we come in peace kind of plan?
Well, we've got food.
Got food and we've got Lance. That's...
So, what are you cooking? What's for dinner, Rahel?
That is a good question. Let me read about the Mitzrayim some. Maybe there's like...
Well, I think if you were bringing your cooking kit deliberately on a mission, I think it would almost need to be something that is not usually what people
True.
pack to travel.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, if there wasn't a rookie here with a cooking kit, then I would probably assume that everyone has at least, like, hardtack and jerky and stuff like that. So, this should
that's supplies.
Yeah, I think that's supplies.
Okay, then yeah. But everyone can have supplies, so... Yeah, make this something that needs to be, like, prepared.
Alrighty. Make it something cool.
You can cook it in the forge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
No, I'm not going to activate one of the fire vents. But maybe because this is all like rock and, stone down in these tunnels, I think Rahel does like set up a kind of like rock pit situation, like jerk chicken, that you just like cook in a pit.
Hell yeah.
So just kind of like, has meat, like wraps it up in something with some of the spices and seasonings that she has, wraps it up, and then just like sets, a little fire, and then just covers it in rocks, and it's just gonna sit there for a bit. And then the other stuff that goes with it is, we'll see, now I just want rice. Rice. Or like maybe there's like a bread or something. Oh, what if it's just flat like pita, and then you just like put it in the pita and then eat. I just want that in real life now. I want that now.
Awesome. Everyone remove one stress. What does the oil here smell like? Like, it smells different from usual oil because it's given by Aegon, the god of craft.
Spicier.
What kind of oil do they use for quenching?
Mineral
So it's usually
oil. That's here.
Nano-quenchants. Vegetable
That
oil.
sounds-
Well, maybe it is like a spicy vegetable oil.
Mineral oil? The fuck's a mineral oil?
Mineral oils are fats of fossil origin. The most known mineral oils are petrolatum, and paraffin oil.
Oh, man. Okay.
What?
Stay with me here.
Paraffin?
Paraffin's
wax
wax.
What the oil here is from fossilized chosen.
Ah!
Ew, mummy oil. Wasn't there a meme about mummy goo recently? Or that was a couple years ago.
The
Yeah, it
sarcophagus
turned out to be
goo.
sewage that had
Oh,
fallen in.
bummer. That's much less cool.
But it's
Yeah.
not like like this is deliberate of these chosen, of like you serve the god of craft and then you serve again in death as
Sick.
part of the process of crafting things with the forge.
Yeah, that's fucking baller.
This is very
We take some?
dark.
Can we take some? Would that be good? That'd be good and helpful. Or is
I'd
that
like
just-
a bottle of chosen liquid chosen fat.
Yeah. I think what there's like a chiseled like diorama on the far side of the fountain that like displays that process of like a chosen being buried and then being absorbed into the ground and creating the spring. Like it looks like, you know, like a medieval illustration or something like that. And like so like that realization happens in scene at the same time that we have that realization here. But yeah, you can gather. Yeah, you could just do that. Mark a bottle of fine agonic oil.
Some good old sarcophagus juice.
Yeah.
100% mummy juice, no concentrate.
Guess I should leave something behind, but I've already used my channels and my fine luxury item.
Got a cloak.
His fit is so good, it's worth giving to, you know, the gods and the dead.
Listen, Chosen didn't have drip like this.
If you offer the fine ornate cloak, you can't mark it again.
Oof.
But I want to leave it in a separate area so that my girlfriend will see.
Jeez.
Listen, we all want that.
Yeah. Look, don't you just want to come home to your girlfriend wearing your fine ornate cloak?
Always I want this.
I'm thinking, unless somebody else wants to offer something up in my stead, I'm probably going to leave the compass.
I mean, the only thing I can think of that Rahel would leave is like she has a family weapon, and then like would sing. How bad of an idea would a song be?
A song?
Yeah,
Leave behind a song as offering to
yeah.
Avon.
Like if you know, caves, tunnels. I mean, I don't know how echoey it is down here, but like
It's pretty echoey.
yeah, I almost pick, like if she goes with that, then it's just like sings into this kind of there was somewhere in Italy we went to where there was like this dope room that was just like this semi-spherical chamber, right? It was just like a dome, and then there's like a bit of a pathway you walk out on, and it's just this one narrow pathway there. The rest of it was just water, just this big pool that filled up the whole room, and you could sing in there and it would echo so beautifully. And I like the idea of that oil zone having similar sonic qualities. So it's like almost like you sing it and then like the echo lasts longer than it should, or just like can bounce around for longer, and it's just like, here's a song for you for a while.
That would absolutely be a valid offering. I will make you roll to see whether or not they never hear you.
Yeah, that's why like both in
Yeah.
terms of like just from like a Mitzrayim standpoint, right? Like because where there's song, there's the Lord of Song, and I like, is this a good place for that to be? Because if the temple here or the chosen here was something about like they could connect with other chosen or other gods, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, here's another god.
Well, you know that about whatever it is that you hope to find. I think this god is perhaps not, unless someone tells me otherwise, is maybe not immediately within your purview of understanding.
Okay.
I'm coming around to this musical idea because if
I think that's great. It's just going to be a roll.
because like also tactically, like they never have to go through this trapped area to get to us first.
Sure.
As far as we can tell. So like, if they want to come investigate the singing, they're gonna have to risk death through that hallway.
Yeah. At least as far as we're aware, we're pretty far from both their ways down here, either via the temple or the pit.
Yeah.
And we could try to like set a trap for them too, if they do
Yeah,
decide to
so-
follow.
Mhm. I mean, I will also roll for it.
Yeah, let's roll for it. I think that's good and cool and also sound.
I wonder if the content is specifically about. Maybe it's not even about the right. Just because, like, if their song, Lord of Song, is there, the song does not need to be about her.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like you know, I know that this is like a quenching pool for weapons, but maybe it's like a song about like a swim or a bath or something.
Yeah, it could be like the mikvah prayer.
What is that?
So a mikvah is a ritual bath of sorts. A lot of non-Jews will mistake this as a baptism in like Jewish stories, but it's generally like a ceremony you do. Originally, it was like a cleansing ceremony, like a literal bath, but you could do it for spiritual cleansing. Like I know for a long time women had to do it after they had their periods. And there's a whole blessing that goes along with it before you this is a different kind of mikveh that I've linked. Cuz apparently dishes are also like if you just immerse something in water that's a mikveh. I'm just finding out.
Sure. I'm thinking consort.
Is it about making the connection, or is it about doing this and not being detected?
Oh shoot! Right. What would that one be? What would the
That
How do you sing? What is the singing sneakily?
good question. Maybe that's also consort. What do people think?
I think since the action is singing, it's just consort. And then the concept, like the risk here
Yeah.
is that we
The
get
risk
caught.
is like
Yeah.
you know, I roll badly enough, and yeah, probably someone could hear that, and that's probably
Sure.
not great.
But of course, people can resist that.
And I'm helping.
Okay. How are you helping?
I'm singing along.
Cool.
So what is position and effect there?
Risky standard.
Risky standard. Would have it be risky great or controlled or something. I don't know what great effect would do.
I would reward it appropriately.
Ooh, I do like rewards.
It's a secret door to the instrument.
Yeah.
I'd pat your head appropriate enough a number of times.
Do I get a gold star? I'm gonna put it on the sticker board. Good. Yeah. I don't know. The dice have been very mean. I'm very afraid of Avery, and it knows that. Because I have 2d6. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go 2d6 risky. Great. Because that sounds
Hell yeah.
fun. The 4.
3 and 4.
That's
Yeah.
nice. There we go.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know if there is a clear response to this song. I think interacting with the gods is not an experience of expecting to receive an answer. I think I'm going to tick Squad Discovered twice.
Where are we at? Are we at 7 out of 8?
Oof. As Gavin says, the last one is the one that matters.
Someone can resist. Someone can resist it down to 1 tick. That'd be an insight resist.
Oh, I have 4 dice in
I
that.
got 3 and oh fuck. Yeah, you're very good at that.
I mean, it is the last tick that matters, but not every tick is going to have the same circumstances.
I mean, I will say being discovered above ground and being discovered while you're below ground are probably different situations, right?
Yeah, we only know of one exit, really.
Yeah.
So this is probably a good idea, right?
I won't stop you.
Let's do it. Resist to sing quieter. There we go. No stress.
That's 6.
Oh, hell
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Oileanders like to sing, and it's like more of like a fun thing. It's not as holy as it is to the Mitzrayim.
Sure.
And maybe Rahel is like getting a little bit too into it as she is like transcending with the holiness of this song. And Aoife like maybe gives her sort of a what would be a good way to sing, but also tell your friend to sing quieter?
Conductor signals? I don't know.
Yeah, what's the
conductor signal?
Oh yeah, like there is like a thing where sometimes like you kind of like use your hands in sort of a moving down motion to like kind of indicate volume. I think she grabs Raquel's like shirt and kind of tightly just to kind of get her attention and kind of like makes a hand gesture to be like, hey, voice is beautiful, but we don't want everybody here to hear it.
Well, like eyes go a little bit wide, like, I see what you mean, and then just like, volume decreases. I think with the echoing, it's like, it's still, the sound is traveling, but it's like, you don't need to sing at full volume. It's already bouncing all over the place. Yes, was a little lost in the sauce there. Appreciated.
It's a delicious sauce.
It's made of chosen bones.
All right, what do you do?
Don't use the mummy juice for cooking.
Oh, so I'm guessing the mixed success also meant it was reduced effect.
Well, it got moved up to risky great. Did that happen?
Yeah, it was risky great.
Oh, I missed that. I'm sorry.
That's what I did with the help, because
Right.
Rahel already had 2 dice in consort.
Okay. Oh, I know how I'm going to reward the great. I think before the song finished, you heard a third voice singing along with on the other side of the nearby collapsed ceiling.
Archway. Oh, so this middle path up at the top?
Sweet.
You want me to bust that open, Captain?
Yeah, let's see what you got, Rao.
Got up 2 in wreck and have a fine wrecking kit. What's my position in effect, Brendan?
I think this is risky standard. Again, this will run the risk of making noise and attracting the never.
With the fine wrecking kit, I assume that's great.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. So then I had only used 1 stress, and then that stress went away thanks to the delicious tomb chicken we had. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to push myself.
Cool.
I can resist some stuff, so I'm not too worried about that risky. So yeah, I think I just want this to be great. Effect, 3d6. Rao, kneels down, takes a sling off her side, pulls out these little, ceramic rounds or, ceramic spheres, which she, packs in to the wall. And then she, pulls out some twine and with with a lighter or something, like a matches, probably matches, there's no lighters in this setting, with matches, lights them, tells everybody to get around the corner. The fine here is that I'm hoping to do this in such a way where I'm going to blast the minimum amount of this open.
Yeah, I like that.
Just in case there is a weird spooky spirit back there. We don't want to piss them off ahead of time.
Sure, absolutely.
We're going to piss them off afterwards once Lance gets to talk to them. Okay, 3d6 risky great. Let's do it.
Hey!
That's 6. Yeah. Absolutely, you get exactly what you wanted.
I see why Rao is a soldier.
Does Lance say that?
Yeah. I see why we promoted you now.
Thanks, boss.
No. Lance says, see, this is why I recommended you for promotion.
Wasn't she part of the reason why Lance's last mission was so successful?
Absolutely.
Group effort.
But yeah, you do it. You get, a person-sized hole in the rubble. You can see now, yes, that there is a hallway on the other side and that there is light coming from the far end, probably torchlight or something like that. And you've made practically no additional sound in the process of doing it.
Hell yeah.
I think Lance is going to go in first, maybe.
I think Aoife is right behind Lance with gun out, ready to go. Just in case.
I've got my fine shield up with my hand weapon, Aoife's gun over my shoulder, standard formation stuff. Standard Left 4 Dead formation stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you move into or move up to this larger room. This room which has magical, or you assume that they are magical because they are still lit after hundreds of years, torches. Or maybe not torches, but braziers. I think these are built. This is a finely crafted room, an antechamber, leading up to the grand tomb of the Chosen ahead, which is past this arch up here in the far north end. But standing in this room, at attention, basically, are four figures. They are tall, 6.5 feet apiece, all of them broad, two more masculine, two more feminine. They are each clad in what could either be like knightly armor, but could also very reasonably be blacksmith armor. They each have sort of a sheer face mask helmet on. And likewise, they're each clasping something different that could be something that has just been pulled out of a forge or something that has been used as part of a forge. You can see them sort of muster as you move forward.
I'm going to signal for everyone to keep their weapons up, and I'm going to put mine away.
Okay.
And step forward. Hello. Not very talkative types.
We don't talk to trespassers.
Well, consider us pilgrims then.
Do pilgrims usually use explosive material to get where they're going?
Only when your beautiful entrance was tragically blocked by cave-in.
We blocked that entrance to prevent those monsters from further defiling this place. You have created a path for them to come in.
Oh, well, we can close it when we leave.
Good. Leave.
Well, hold on.
It takes a step forward.
We haven't made our pilgrimage yet. Look, we're from the Consonant Legion. Do you remember us?
Do they remember the consonant?
Shows my symbol.
That's a good question. I'm just going to do a quick fortune roll here. Let's see if they remember the Consonant Legion. The one who's been addressing you, I think, sort of like, they seem like nonplussed. They're like, we know of the Legion. We know perfectly well who they sided with in the Gods' War. We want nothing to do with you. We have no quarrel with you, but we do not countenance you trampling through our temple.
We're not... Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. We just saw that there were creatures here, and we wanted to make sure that whatever they were trying to get didn't fall into their hands. I'm a Buddha Lance, by the way. You can just call me Lance. What's your name?
Give me a sway.
You got it.
Risky limited.
What's a devil's bargain here?
Do you think Abuna Lance has a storied heritage? Is there an ancestor that this person could have heard of? I guess that's more an Archadian trait than a Chimorti trait.
I'm sure Abuna Lance could could pretend to be an Archadian in this point.
Oh, I have an idea. Mm-hmm. The devil's bargain is, in your effort to be familiar with this thing, you'll expose yourself to corruption.
Sure. Lance is the one that's going to get corrupted a bunch this campaign.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark of corruption.
Now the question is, do I want to do desperate standard with 3d6 or risky standard with 2d6?
You know the answer.
I don't think a resolve tick on my XP clock is worth it. 2d6 risky standard.
Okay.
That's a 5.
That's 5. Okay. So I'm going to add a clock. Actually, I'm going to add another pair of race clocks. This one is going to be, they're both going to be 8-step. One is going to be Blacksmith's Convinced. The other is going to be Blacksmith's Hostile. Or Blacksmith's Attack, maybe. Yeah. I'm going to put 2 ticks into Convinced.
Just desperately looking at what everyone else can do.
I can shoot things, which is probably not good here.
Rao is actually pretty good at talking.
Excellent. I think this thing says, Abuna Lance of the Consonant Legion. I am Renda of the Catechumen of Aegon. This is the resting place of Ygsera. If you truly respect us and our traditions, then leave this place in peace, and do not let the abominations above trouble us any further.
The abominations are going to trouble you regardless.
Yeah, if only
We have watched this place for 200 years. We will watch it for 200 more.
Was the sky dead then? Was the sky dripping onto all of living beings and consuming them then?
The sky has always been dead. And really quick, I am, because it was a mixed success, I'm ticking Blacksmith's Attack by 2. Someone can resist that.
Rao only has 2 stress. I'm happy to resist this.
How do you resist?
This is from during the Empire, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that Rao is not a student of the Empire, but she's into those aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe her had a parent who was really into this. And I think that maybe what she does is what would there be? Maybe there's a particular phrase, because tensions are getting heated, right? And I think maybe there's a particular phrase for forgiveness from this particular god that suddenly springs to her mind, maybe, depending on how this roll goes.
Yeah.
And she's going to interrupt and blurt that out, which might cause stress because she'll be, going against sort of the chain of command.
Yeah. Is it maybe something to do with things being broken but never beyond repair or something like that?
Yeah. I'm into that. What kind of resist we talking?
Resolve.
Okay.
I think.
I'm good with resolve resist. Let me get a 3d6 on that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey.
6.
Hey.
Okay, I'm going to reduce that down to 1 tick.
Okay, so then Rao steps forward and blurts out this prayer she half remembers. To the ashes, the embers, the coals, the fire, the forge, great Aegon, grant us your temperament.
Look, Renda, if we could kill all the creatures above and protect the tomb, we would. It's not an easy thing to admit, but these creatures are winning. We had a plan, we had a force, we formed the Consonant Legion, and it failed. There's less than 40 Legionnaires left. Even if all of us assault this ruin, we wouldn't take it back. Our mission here is simply to make sure whatever they're looking for doesn't get into their hands. You can stay here if you want, but they're going to dig you out. And they're going to take whatever you're protecting. If you give it to us, we can take it east to Navarra, or we can destroy it. Your call.
Sounds like another sway.
Oh,
Trying to think of how
I can help. I can help. I
I
have
have
very
fucking
little
nothing
stress.
to help with here.
what's the position and effect?
Risky limited.
Risky limited again. After all of that heartfelt speech.
No, you know what? I'll tell you what. If convinced is higher than attack, it's risky standard. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, laying everything out on the table, being like, not holding anything back about like, just being completely frank about the situation. I feel like that's forcing it into desperate grade. Not forcing it, but
Sure.
I want to make it desperate grade here.
I think it absolutely feels desperate great, yeah. Someone's helping?
Me.
How are you helping?
I don't think that these sort of benedictions or whatever that Rao has been doing have necessarily stopped. She's just sort of like backed off a little bit and like let this continue while sort of like keeping like a low chant going.
Okay. How are you taking that help?
Extra die, desperate grade,
Okay.
3d6.
Right, okay.
It's a 4.
4. Okay. So, great effect will get you 3 ticks. That's absolutely true. Now at 5 of 8. I think they believe you. I think you can see in their body language, in the way that the other ones like look at one another, that they know that what you're saying is absolutely true. Your consequence here, however, is I think that one of them is going to spot the bottle of agonic oil that you took. And if they notice that, then you're going to slip into a desperate position.
Can we resist that?
Yes.
I'll resist it. Can
What's the resist for this?
What were you saying, Chris?
No, I would like to hear what the resist is first.
Because if
I
it's
don't know.
resolve, I've got 4 dice.
It sounded like you had a really good idea. I think it's insight. I think it's insight to realize what's about to happen.
Okay. I've got 3 in insight, and maybe it's just like, Abunalance is going up ahead. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna hold on to this back here. I can like put it in my bag with all of like the medic kit that has all the soft things in it, so it doesn't break. It's just like, don't leave that right at the front in case something happens to Lance, because we don't know what we're walking into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
I have 3d6 for an insight resolve. No, an insight resist. That's what that word is. Bad.
Whew.
4.
We'll take
So
it.
4, it's only 2 stress. It's not the worst.
Not the worst.
How many does Rahel have now?
She's at 4 of 6.
Okay, that's not terrible.
If it had been the 2, it's like, no, she's gone. She's dead.
Yeah.
Dead now.
I think Renda sort of looks to her compatriots, then looks back at your assembled group, looks at these rookies, and says, "You entreat us to let you run away. You entreat us to allow you the privilege of trying to escape.
Well, you could come with us if you wanted, but
We are oathsworn to stay here, to defend the tomb."
I
Well-
figured, but the offer, it's worth, I figured. Just making it clear.
You who number less than 40, how do you expect to reach the capital? How do you expect to last, even when you do reach the capital? What hope is there, trusting in the Consonant Legion?
Well, I'm not the commander. But this was my mission. I can't tell you all of our plans because I don't know them, because that's not my job. I don't know if we're going to win at the cap. I don't. I can't guarantee that. But I do know that's where we're going. That's where these creatures aren't yet. One way or the other, the way I see it, they never are going to find this place, and they are going to take whatever you're protecting. You've got 2 choices. You can either destroy it when you hear them breaking down that cave we're going to recollapse, or you could let us preserve it for you.
Give me a sway.
Ah, 3 fucking sway rolls. Okay.
I can help again.
3d6. Just another desperate. I don't know. It feels So give me the rundown of this roll. Is it baseline?
Baseline, I think you're still at risky standard.
Okay. And
Need those 3 ticks for a success.
we're 3 ticks away.
Yep. So great success would do it.
Let's make it desperate great.
Could also use the help to go up to great.
Yeah, but then I'd be rolling 2d6.
Sure, yeah, we all know that's cursed.
I'd rather avoid that.
You could also ask for another devil's
Devil
bargain.
option.
Do you have a good one in mind?
I do. I think Renda will insist on a trade. Will insist that something else is left in its place.
Well, you can have my gas mask.
I think it will be a higher price than that.
Cloak.
I think it will be a level 2 harm.
Yeah, I think Lance will do this. Lance is a little devil may care. 46 desperate crate. Was this harm branded by Aegon? Or
Let's roll first and let's see.
okay. Come on. 4 ones. Here we go. Get ready to cry. It's a 5.
5.
It's a 5.
That's a 5.
Another XP.
Yeah. I've already marked it.
Okay. Here's what happens. Brenda glances over her shoulder and jerks her head back towards the tomb. One of the catechumen reaches into the open coffin. The way they move, you'd almost think they're about to lift a child from a crib or an elder from their sickbed. But when they rise, they're not cradling a body, but an instrument. A bowed, stringed thing that looks as old as the haggard bodies of the catechumen themselves. It's long, like a viola. It's slender, like a pochette. It's pale as bleached bone. The pegs are gnarled, like knuckle bones. And as the Tomb Guardian inspects the long, pale strings, you realize what they once were. Tendons, taken from the body of the Chosen. The instrument, the whole thing, is a relic of a saint of crafting, turned into one final creation after death. When they finish inspecting it, they step forward, and Renda says, "Behold the beacon of Ygsera, last chosen of Aegon. We commit it to your care, to protect from the dead god. Captain Abuna Lance of the Consonant Legion, give me your hand."
Abuna Lance does, solemnly.
Renda seizes it with her free hand. The knife comes down, swift, sharp, hot.
Oof.
Rahel is like immediately going for the medic kit she brought. I was expecting to have to use this.
Take the level 2 harm amputated.
Lance screams. Lance is not above that. I think maybe he catches himself, or Rahel comes in with the wooden dowel.
Mm-hmm. You did get a 5, and that means that unless someone resists, I'm going to tick the squad discovered clock.
Oh, the smell of
By
blood.
3. Because it was a desperate
I
roll.
would fill it, right?
Ooh.
Then we can't resist it down to
You can resist it down to 1.
Oh, okay.
What would resist even look like here?
I don't know. You tell me.
Could this be like a resolve resist to not scream?
100%.
Oh.
So, just to metagame like a little bit,
Yeah.
soldiers have grit,
Uh-huh.
which means that to a resist roll, I can add a 2d6.
Is it to any
An
resist?
extra 2 die. It is, I will read it. Grit is an action that soldiers specialize in training. Unlike most actions, it is not rolled, but its rating determines its use permission. You may spend grit uses to add plus 2d to a resistance roll. The grit use must be spent before the roll. You may only spend 1 grit use this way per roll. So any resist.
Hot diggity.
Yeah, 100%.
So given that Lance is sitting at 3 stress, you could roll a 46, right?
I'd rather roll a 66.
Right. So if I can give you this grit, which is sort of me helping you on this resistance roll, because it just says to a resistance roll. It doesn't say to your resistance roll or something like that. It's up to Brennan, of course. But this could be like, you trying to stop the scream, and also like Rao grabbing your shoulder or like holding your other arm or something like that.
Or
to, like, give you
Rao
something
just
to
straight
focus
up
on.
gagging Lance with a glove.
That's what I was going to suggest,
fucking
but
sticks her
I didn't
fist
want to be
in
the one to
his
say it.
mouth.
I think this covers, right? She's probably got a big
Yeah.
meaty hand.
Yeah, you can absolutely use it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm marking my grit.
66. Let's go. 6 ones. Ready?
I'm ready.
That's a 6.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 6.
Yes.
It's a
And
couple
2
of ones in
ones.
there, but it's a 6.
There's more ones than I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
God, imagine if you rolled a crit on this. Lance is like, I deserve this. This is what I want.
Yeah,
I'm laughing,
actually, this
actually.
helps me.
I'll look even cooler next time I see my awful girlfriend.
Yeah, it adds
I'm
to his
not owed.
mystique.
I'm not
I'm
owed.
not owned.
So now we need to get out of here.
And you need to
Yeah.
collapse the
Yes.
ceiling like you said you would.
Well, I can do the ceiling.
Okay.
Renda, I have this finely crafted cloak that I think I would like to be wrapped around my hand. If that pleases you, it is a very fine crafted cloak. I'd hope it'd be a beautiful thing for the crafter, for Aegon to peer over.
What does it look like?
It's red with a gold trim and a gold symbol of peach.
Brenda looks it over and says, "Whatever has become of the world since last we saw it is a relief to see that some still take pride in their craft. There is no greater mark of respect for the world than to leave it more beautiful than when you came into it." And she takes it reverently and passes it and the hand back to one of her companions.
And Lance, like, openly crying. Mm-hmm.
There goes his career in hand modeling.
Yeah. I've got the other one.
He's got the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make good on your promise. Head to the capital. Evade the forces of darkness. We will collapse the tunnel as we did before.
Ooh.
Salute. I offered my offhand, by the way. I still got the good one for shooting.
But now you can't carry a shield
but
at the
maybe-
same time.
Yeah, I'd have to have the shield strapped to my arm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you could get like an attachment to your stump that is like a shield holder.
That sounds very painful.
So
But I think for now we have like Lance lash it to the forearm. But yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think I just want to, unless there are particular bits or moments that people want to see, I think we can expedite a lot of the exit, the fleeing from this place. Maybe with a group roll of like maneuvering out of this place.
Sure.
For sure.
Who has
Does that
the
make sense
least
to everyone?
stress?
Me,
Rahel's only
probably.
4-6.
Okay, Aoife, lead the way.
Yeah. I'm down to lead. 'Cause I have room for 5 stress.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Maneuver?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Aoife leading a quick retreat here makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I think while like all of this talking was happening, she was kind of like scoping out their egress.
Okay. We all get failures and we have to have a fight next session. Ready?
We'll see. Risky standard.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
There's a 6. There's a 6. There's a 6.
The parity between the ingress and the egress.
Is there a 6?
There's no 6. That's a 4.
Oh, that's not a 6. You're right. It's a total.
2 3s.
That's my 1. Wow. I'm the only one.
Oh my god.
That's both group rolls.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
1 success. Oh.
So Aoife takes 3 stress and you get out? Is that what we're saying?
I think that's it.
That's correct.
And there's a consequence.
Christ.
And there's a consequence, absolutely. Maybe like you stumble, like you turn a corner and you stumble into it never, and it gets, like it doesn't sound the alarm, but it does bite you or something like that.
And like she jabs, as it bites her, she like jams the pistol right up into its throat.
Yeah, take level 2 harm bit.
Fuck.
You can resist this.
I mean, I can't. I only have 2 stress boxes left. I imagine this would be a prowess resist.
You don't have a trauma yet.
I don't have a trauma yet.
I'll resist it and get a trauma.
Okay. Do you take the bite
I
instead?
love Lance to get a trauma here.
Sure.
You should roll. We don't know if you're going to get a trauma.
Yeah. This is a prowess, I guess. I'm trying to
Yeah.
I've got a shield.
Yeah.
I could just resist with a shield,
armor.
but I kind of want to take.
Oh, I have fine armor. Does that help here?
Yeah, you've got fine armor.
Yeah.
You can just reduce that
Yeah,
down.
you could just resist it down.
Oh, yeah. I'll just resist with the armor.
Okay.
Yeah. So it like tries to bite at me, but it like can't dig through my ghillie suit. It
Absolutely.
gets a mouthful of leaves.
Like when you get hair in your mouth, it's just like,
Ew. I don't like that.
Oh, I don't know. I have some particularly like fragrant like eucalyptus like branches in my ghillie suit, and they'll, like, if it's a feral, it'll like bite into it and be like, this is satisfying, and then it like leaves with just a mouthful of leaves.
So fine armor
Yeah.
provides 1 armor against physical attacks.
Okay. Bringing it down to 1 is still way better than having a level 2 harm though.
That's true.
I've got armor and a shield. I could jump in and drop both my armor and my shield.
Okay. Yeah,
I
that
think
works.
it bites into my ghillie suit. It gets a mouthful of leaves. It realizes that it hasn't bit through my flesh, and then it goes in for like another bite. And then I think at that moment, Lance uses the shield to like whack it.
And we get out of there.
Oathsworn is an actual play podcast created by
Devin Nelson.
Gavin Fregeau.
Kris Allison.
Matthew Guzdial.
and me, Brendan McLeod. All music for the show is created by Devin Nelson. Find it and more at devindecibel.bandcamp.com. Find a link to their music and any of the games that we've played in the podcast description. Follow us at OathSworn Pod on Twitter or OathSworn on co-host. Until next time.